Welcome back to yet another episode with Yogi and Surya, who is jumping right now, showing you signals of hi because he's super excited. This week, this entire week has been super productive for us, and we are going to start with that as a high note so that we can give you a glimpse of what is happening in our day-to-day life and how are we handling it, taking it forward, how are we kickstarting a lot of things, because this is important. If you could recall or go and watch the very first episode, we were all like, life is not so good. Why is this happening? Why am I doing this? We were ranting, literally ranting. And now, just 6 episodes down the line, lot of changes has happened in ourselves personally and in the way that we show up to the world. But before that, I have to say, someone who's sitting with us is glowing, smiling more, and I want to know the reason behind it. So, Surya, tell us more about the smile that you carry right now on your face. What brings us with this kind of an energy? Obviously, you are energetic, but this kind of an energy, how is it possible?
Uh, So 2019 is the year when I decided that I want to change my life completely, change my body, change the way I speak, change the set of skills that I have, and be at that optimum level. Now, in order to feel optimum, you need to put in the grind, the hustle. What does that include? You need to train your mind, body, spirit in every possible manner. At this point of time, me recording this, I'm so proud to tell you, Yogeshwari, and to everyone else that we are on the 11th day streak, an 11-day streak in which we are doing our workouts. Of course, individually we're doing it. Then personally for me, the Mind Valley learnings is taken care of. Reading is taken care of. Duolingo, I'm learning chess, maths, activating my brain big time. Then eating, the food intake, I feel, has drastically reduced. So on one end, we are burning a lot of calories in the form of playing, walking. There is so many things that's happening. And all it took was one decision where we are going to hold each other accountable and wake up both at the same time. So it feels really out of this world that we are able to do that. And I think the smile is more of a smile of self esteem and self confidence. Because when you realize that the capacity that all those successful elite athletes talk about, and you're able to kind of practice that, maybe not at that level, but at least you're working on it one step at a time. I think it every single day feels like a success, even before the sun wakes up, the sunrise happens. So I think this is just the overall glimpse of the same.
I remember every single time we are having a conversation with each other or with someone and we get bored, you want to make things light for us, you have those list of questions, 36 questions, and to cheer up the mood. And I remember once when we were having that conversation, there was one question which says, what does your ideal day look like? And I remember listing out things like waking up at 5 a.m., going for walk, going for playing, doing my journaling, doing my meditation, sitting for work, finishing work in 4 hours, like optimum work. And then I kept going on, sleeping early, eating right, and all of those things. And you also shared your ideal day, though your ideal day every single time gets changed. At times you would say that, yeah, I do want to wake up at 4. At times you would say that, no, I want to chill out in the couch, watch, eat burgers and everything. But I remember deep down you wanted to have that ideal day where you get up early, you be productive, and eat right, feel light, feel active. And right now it's not just a dream. Right now we are making it happen. What do you think about these two things? The time that we just wished we could have. We tried, but we failed multiple times. I think almost 3 years we've been trying back and forth, but we couldn't be consistent. But for the first time ever, we did it for 11 straight days. What do you think changed? between these two incidents?
That deep level conversation that we had at that night, no, I think that was the kickstart of everything. Until and unless we know where we need to go, we will not even have the, again, motivation is fleeting. You can motivate yourself to do it on 1 day, 2 days. That's how New Year resolutions are all about. But here we wanted to go deep and find out exactly why do we even want to do it from the first place. So I think that's was so common between us both, right? We want to do something huge for our parents, the kind of struggles that they went through. So when we started from there, that kind of strengthened everything. And even, I mean, right now also slightly getting slightly emotional about it as well. But what are we losing out on when we are not doing it? What are the possibilities? What does our life look like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line? We see how fast things happens when we don't take control. We've seen a boy, a young energetic boy, turn into an uncle who is barely able to move. A beautiful girl, gracious girl, growing up to become a pot-filled woman, doing every single thing possible in their power, but still not able to live life the way they would like. Diseases and every single thing goes on and on. So it started at a far deeper level, I would say, more than ever before. And the launch pad was, we were probably done with the life that was going on. The worst thing is, I think, the life of analysis paralysis. So I will throw the ball back at your court. When we were having this conversation, what is it that made you step up and do it? Because we were trying to inspire each other time and again, but for something was holding us back.
For me, it's as you said, what would I lose? I would like to put it in three different aspects to keep it completely organized. Number one is I started realizing what would I lose if I don't take this action right now. I would lose the dream of giving the life my parents deserve. I would lose the dream of becoming the woman I deserve to become. I would lose out on every single thing about myself, my identity that I carry. Right now, I carry myself as someone who can achieve anything. If I let this take over, I'm sure I would become 10 years down the line someone who just lets things happen to her. Zero motivation. In fact, going down, uh, demotivating others and demotivating myself. Don't do anything, nothing will happen because I've never tried. That was scary for me. I started reading everywhere on online saying that spend a lot of time with your parents because they don't stay with us for long. That fear of not being able to give the best life to my parents is what made me take that first leap, that if I don't do it right now, even if I do it later, I won't feel the joy. If I do it right now, 2 years, 3 years down the line, I can give the life that my parents want. I can I can actually give the life that I want. I can take care of their health, their food, every single thing, and probably create my own family as well. All of these things gave me that initial push. Now, number two, systems work, people fail. Previously, multiple times I tried waking up, I tried doing things, I tried and tried. Now, I don't try anymore. All I know is if I go to sleep at 8, I'll wake up at 4 because it's the system of our body. If I go to sleep at 10, I'll wake up at 6 without any alarm, without any nudge from others. So, system, yeah.
So first thing you told is identity. second thing you told is system. You still have a third point that you want to share. Just with respect to the system is only, I'll have a follow-up question. You may choose to answer this and then move to the third point, or you can clarify the third point and then come to this question. But I really want you to address this question, okay? You remember the selfies we were taking, right? In the rain and all raincoats and everything. So it's crazy that when the whole the world is drenched, like mother nature is also protecting us or probably challenging us to step out, and whether we are able to do it or not, in spite of that, we went. So how did that happen? What is it that needs to be done to be able to, what was the feeling after the same? And of course, I think now in the respective cities also, it's raining pretty bad, so sweaty clothes and being able to dry that and all that is also a problem. How to overcome that barrier also? So you can touch upon this point or share your third point or vice versa, whatever you feel.
That's a beautiful question. Systems, as I said, work and people always fail because we people, we have free will. We tend to have analysis paralysis in everything. Now, the moment, and this I learned in a hard way. A lot of people started speaking about systems, creating systems. And that's when I thought, okay. And one more thing also triggered is, if you remember the other day, we were having conversations. And at that time, I think you were having challenges. And I was actually playing the role of a coach and asking you certain questions and everything, where related to content creation, I believe, where you shared, I want to create content, but I I'm having a block because even if I create content, I'll not be able to get the result. And then I said, okay, so what do you want to do? And then you brought in the topic that 2020 we were in a community where we did nothing, but still we got people signing up for our cohort and everything. And instantly, I just thought, okay, let me reverse engineer this. And I asked you, okay, 2020, you started. When did you sell your cohort? And then you told me for about 8 months. After 8 months of joining the community, we launched the cohort and we made pretty good sale. And then I told you, okay, between those 8 months, what did you do? And then you told me that you created 3 videos every day. You didn't do it to get people at the end of the 8th month for your course or nothing of that sort. You just did because you want to grow. Just because you want to grow, people saw you. Just because people saw you, they connected with you. And just because they connected with you, when you launched, there were immediate signups. There is a system over there. And then we were re-engineering it and everything. We were finding how can we replicate it right now, break the block that we have in the mindset, and then start creating content. We were doing all of those things. That day made me feel that if you are creating systems, you need to sit and ask yourself what are the challenges that you will be facing if you take this one step. Let's just say you are waking up at 4 o'clock. What are the challenges you will face when you wake up at 4 o'clock? Number one, you will not be able to go to sleep because your day starts the night before. Your day doesn't start when you wake up. Your day starts the night before. So the first thing, you will not be able to go to sleep. And what will happen? Why will you not be able to go to sleep? Multiple reasons. Because if you want to take one step forward, 10 steps will pull you backward. Either you will eat late and your tummy will rumble, you will not feel at ease, you will not fall asleep, or you would have woken up late that morning, so your body is not tired yet, or some of your friends might call you out, your family want to speak at that time, you want to watch a movie, your match could be going, you want to wake stay awake and watch. Multiple reasons. Now you need to ask yourself, how can I overcome every single reason? And I remember having this conversation with you. I was pushing your buttons, I was telling you, okay, tell me this. If you want to create a content, you said that you want to do your live every day at 3:30 a.m. And I was asking you, okay, what if you don't wake up? What are you going to do? Okay, what if things don't work up? Your system is not turning on. Okay, what if Zoom is not opening? And I told you, I'm asking these questions because early in the morning, when you wake up, your brain will ask you those questions. You need to know those answers. If you don't have those conversations, you won't be knowing those answers, and you will succumb to the the endless number of thoughts that is popping up in your head, right? And while creating systems, ask your question, ask yourself every single possible challenge that might arise, and then solve it before it could come, so that you will have enough bandwidth for surprise challenges. And that's what we did. What did we do? Okay, if I want to wake up early, I need to go to sleep early. Now, in order to go to sleep early, I have to tire myself out. My body has to be tired to fall asleep immediately. Otherwise, I will twist and turn and I'll not sleep at all. Now, in order to tire yourself, if we need to work out. So, if you want to wake up 4 a.m. on a particular day, it doesn't start on the 4 a.m. on a particular day. It starts the day before, or the afternoon before, or the time when you decide. Go out nicely, work yourself out. Obviously, start slow, warm up, and then do. Otherwise, you might face repercussions in your body. But work yourself out. After that, sleep early. Your body will automatically wake you up. Now, another system that we framed. Okay, I woke up. Now what? And that's when we created triggers. Okay, as soon as we woke up, we decided to do an ice dip. We decided to have an energizer. We decided immediately turn on the apps that we were having and do the workouts. We decided as soon as the workout is done, go out for walking. Now the challenge, monsoon season. Oh, it's raining. Should I go out? Should I not? Should I go out? Should I not? If I take the umbrella, I might get drenched. I might not get drenched. My shoe might get drenched. My socks might get drenched. You see, challenges. And we asked all these questions even before it could occur to us. So what did we do? We got ourselves raincoat. The world is going to sit inside the house because rain, but I am not going to do it. I'm going to walk in the rain. I'm going to enjoy the rain and sweat in the rain. We did that, right? And I remember in the park that I was walking, there were a few people early in the morning, 5:30. They were walking, but as soon as the rain came, everyone they went under a shelter. I was walking. I gave myself 15 minutes because morning 4 a.m. I wake up. I have my 8 a.m. live. So I have to optimize everything. I cannot wait. I cannot delay. Now, this taught me one more thing, which is you shouldn't be stopping yourself for anything. You shouldn't be waiting for anything. When things get hard, when things get tough, you get tougher. In everyone, they were waiting for the rain to stop. I finished my 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 15 minutes dot, and I walked out of the park. System and pre planning, right? Now, I touched upon the question that you asked, my second point sorted. And finally, the third point is Mr. Beast started in 2016, I remember. Ankur Warikoo started 2008. And I heard from you, Russell Brunson started during ClickFunnels was getting launched. They didn't expect anything at that time, or probably they expected we have to listen from them. What were they thinking at that time? But this hit me hard, which is I was on and off trying, giving up, trying, giving up on social media. But Russell Brunson, one of the multimillionaires, when he launched ClickFunnels, he did 1 year of Facebook Live. Jay Shetty, when he launched his book, I don't exactly remember how long he did Instagram Live, Ankur Wariku continuously posting, Mr. Beast continuously, even now they're exploring and posting. Now that gave them the leverage that they have right now. And I asked myself, I knew about this in 2020. Had I started right now, I would have been 5 years into the game and I would have achieved at least a pie what they have right now. The reason that I couldn't achieve is because I gave up too early, because I exited from the game too early. Now, I can either choose to start now and have a longer vision, telling myself if I start right now, 3 years from now, I can at least be half of what they have right now. If I tell myself that I'm not going to see any result in next 1 month, so I'm not going to do it. 3 years down the line, I will still look at myself. 2020, I tried, I failed. I would be in the same spot where I am right now, and that's dreadful. I've already felt that once. Already, I have a past 2020, right now 2025, 5 years just like that went off from my hand, and I don't want to repeat that. These are my three strongest reasons. And as you said, everything happens at the right time. When you find your strong reasons, you will find your determination, courage, and you will things will open up. Things will you will find ways to make it happen. Now, these are my reasons, Surya, and I've been talking for quite a long time. I want you to tell me, what are your three reasons for taking this seriously right now?
The first is freedom. That's the main thing. I want to have the freedom to do whatever I want, eat whatever I want. And in order to do that, I know that I want to be able to do that sustainably until I'm 150. So if I don't start right now, that process is not going to sustain all the way to 150. I'll start suffering, just like most old people do. Second will be self-esteem. Honestly, I think I shared in previous episodes also. I fail to look at myself in the mirror and appreciate myself. I don't feel good, the person whom I see. And when I look at someone like a Virat Kohli, he was also chubby. He also had that exact same scenario. When he looked at himself in the mirror, he didn't feel good. So he started taking control. So this is me taking control. So in improving self-esteem, when you look good, when you feel good, when you have the lean body which is flexible and can run and play and something what we used to do as a child. So I want that back, that self-esteem back. And third most important thing I feel is the I don't know about you or people watching this right now. For me, fame is a very important thing. I don't want to be, I really want to be famous, the most famous, where I'll not even be in a position to be able to step out of my house and people will swarm to take my autograph or to that level. I want to become famous. And I don't want to become famous in a manner where I will not be accessible to people. I want to create a system where anyone can talk to me and they'll be my fans and they'll be my followers or subscribers or as a long extended family of sorts. They can connect to me and they know that I have their back. They can literally feel that I'm right there for them. So it's not the SRK level. Obviously, Shah Rukh Khan, it's not possible for him to know everyone. But for me, yeah, I think I would like to be in that position. And for that, the efforts needs to be put in, the value needs to be created. You become rich being like earning money. Money is a byproduct of the value that you create. Value is only created when you do it publicly. You show up every day. Just like right now, we are recording this and organizing our thoughts and sharing. So these would be my three reasons, Yogesh.
Fantastic. So we have started working on ourselves and we've started being the self that we always want to. Now, the next step is showing up to the world, showing up every single day. And I want to touch upon that point as well. I know that this is your third day of doing live every single day. First, I want to know how do you feel about it, and then I'll ask the rest of my questions.
The same question applies to you also. You also have to share your thoughts. No escaping this. So for me, I don't feel anything, honestly speaking. There is no emotions as such because I'm coming live not for anyone else, but for me. I've been doing this for trainers and coaches, for business owners and founders, some form of a consultancy, freelancing thing, something or the other. I've been doing this for last 2.5 years for different companies that I was working for, consulting with the founders of that specific company and all. So it's not something that I'm doing completely new. The only thing that I'm feeling proud about is that I'm documenting all this. And tomorrow, if someone tells me, Surya, I want to learn public speaking, okay, go watch this video. I had done a live over there. I want to learn about storytelling. Okay, first go watch this video. I've mentioned everything over there. So I'm creating that entire stack where I don't have to manually answer people. Also, for the fact that there are a lot of learnings that I have, and I want to kind of empty the cup before filling in new stuff. And what I've realized is if you keep things inside you, then your head explodes, your head continues to grow, the ego continues to grow. And then when ego grows, expectation grows, the reality in this case, the kind of life that we want to have, the money that we want to earn, the ideal lifestyle I would like to have, when the ego doesn't match that reality, there's a gap. That's when frustration comes in, depression comes in, anxiety comes in, and it's a negative cycle that keeps going in. So I want to break through from all of that, whatever I was experiencing the last 3.5, 4 years. So it's not more of what I am feeling, rather what I want to prevent myself from feeling. That's why I'm coming live. I think it's a very, very weird answer, but I hope I answered the question. Now your turn.
Yeah, the best part is you are aware of the fact. As a human being, either we run towards pleasure or we run away from pain. What you're doing is you are running away from pain by creating these life so that you can get those happiness, to touch upon that. And my reason is simple. I can give you in one line. I come live every single day for my exponential growth. I know if I do 20 minutes of live every single day, as you said, I will empty whatever knowledge that I have right now. And within a month or two, I would run out of all the knowledge that is there inside the head. So, what would I do then? I have to go back to the books. I have to build myself up from the scratch. And that's a huge challenge. I love doing that. That actually helps me grow leaps and bounds. So, it's like learn, practice, teach. And you know the value of that cycle: learn, do, and teach. That's my only objective. And at the same time, if I can help one soul by sharing whatever the knowledge that I have, that would be the biggest blessing. Everyone cannot pay so much of money and then learn. These life is designed in such a way that anyone who is a working professional has skill sets and mindset to grow. All they need to do is just invest 20 minutes a day, learn one skill, and those, not a skill, actually a concept. And those concepts, I've kept it in such a simpler way. As you listen to me, you just do exactly what I say. You'll be able to implement it the very same. That's the objective. So, 20 minutes, if you are giving to me, I would have transformed a tiny inch in your life. Over the period of time, it would get compounded, and a month or two down the line, you would see yourself as a different person. That's the objective that I have for someone who is watching my life. And my objective is I want to grow leaps and bounds. So it's a win-win for both me and for the person who is watching. That's my reason for going live every single day. Now, we are going live and we are feeling happy about it. We are doing something that we always want to do. And you shared your thoughts about it. Now, the next step, let's just say you are learning, you are doing live, and parallelly, you are also learning. For people like us, what would you recommend? How are your learning journey, and how can we implement that?
A very weird kind of a question, honestly, because it's something that you do over a period of time, you do it over and over again, that it becomes your muscle memory. Now, to reverse engineer the same and give the steps. So I'll tell you exactly what I do, and this might be applicable, but you can always play around with that. So I divide my day in the form of a proper it's like a pie chart. So you make a circle and you know how much of a day. So if I divide my day into three halves, so it's 24 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. 8 hours has to be dedicated for sleep. So that's gone. The next 8 hours you have to give it for your mind, body, and spirit. And then the 8 hours is there, which is your vocation, which is your work, the work that pays the bills. So I know that 8 hours I cannot touch. However, can I optimize it? So I turn the 8 hours into high focus, power packed 5 to 6 hours. I'm able to finish my sales calls and all my work related to my company. All these things I'm able to manage and take care. So I have a 3 hour window over there. That 3 hour window is what I'm dedicating for my workouts, the walking and reading and every single thing. Then I'm left with one more 8 hours. Now that entire 8 hours is when I'm dividing it into two halves. One part of it is just learning, where I'm reading books, I'm going through courses, I'm creating a lot of stuff in the form of videos. And the more you do it, the more you realize that you can repurpose the same thing. For example, right now, this content that we are recording, we can actually create a transcript out of it, and that transcript can be linked in videos, carousels, shorts, reels. You have blogs, you have full-fledged end-to-end playbooks, ebooks. All of these can be integrated and hosted. So in order to do that, that 8 hours, you have to learn, you have to implement, and then once you are done learning and implementing, I call it as pick up the pieces. Which means if you have recorded a video, you need to sit down and you need to upload. You need to download the transcript and put it in ChatGPT, create a blog, upload the blog, turn it into ebook. Ebook needs to be edited, editing, downloaded, processed. Like there are a lot of subtle steps that comes in. So all this happens to me, happens for me right here. So I manage that time exactly in between the years. But for someone to start out, I think it's always better to write it out. Best thing is to handwrite it, or if you have a tablet and a pen for a tablet, just write things out and then follow it to the T. And another very interesting approach will be to schedule the same in calendar. So all these things are scheduled for me in calendar. I know exactly what's going on and not and all, and it kind of follows its pace. That's all. So this is what I usually do.
Fantastic. And I really love the part of optimization. Honestly speaking, I was a person who has no clue about optimization because I've never had the need of optimization. I took my 24 hours for granted and I let things in autopilot. I remember until I was doing my work, I wake up, my mom cooks the food, I eat, I get dressed, I go for work, I come back, just while around, eat, sleep. Previously, I wake up, I go to school or college, come back, eat, sleep. So this cycle never taught me about optimization. And but right now, what I feel is the time that I have is so packed that I need to optimize everything. I need to optimize my sleep. I need to optimize my morning ritual. I need to optimize the work that I do. And that is so powerful because I can literally take control, make time for things that I want to do extra. So I really loved the point about optimization and how you taught us to do the same as well. So in this podcast, We are just having a very light discussion about how things are going in our life. Yes, yes.
It's very interesting that you mentioned this point, Yogeshwari. And I'm just reminded of this little aspect which I thought if I share it might be helpful. If you look at our lives, it's always the external factors that we are forced into what dictates our life. So you mentioned about work before in your school, right? As a child, we are forced to go to school. So school is the integral part of our life, and everything else around surrounds that. The vacations, the studies, the visiting the relatives' place, and everything. School is the centerpiece. Second thing, in when we grow up, work. Why? Because work pays the bills and bills takes care of everything. So work becomes center point. All the other things, vacations and every single thing hovers around it. But why is all this happen? Why does all this happen? Because we feel that money is the currency we are running after. But what is the side effect or after effect of it? You grow old faster. You become pissed and messy and irritated all the time. You don't feel the passion and the purpose ever. You don't even find time because work takes away all your time. It's not that work takes away all your time. You have taken a conscious decision to allow work to take your all your time, and suddenly you're like, oh, wives are like, my husband doesn't have time for me, children are like, my parents don't have time for me. The moment you decide that the kind of lifestyle that you want to have, if you keep that as a centerpiece, when you focus your attention from money to time as your currency, because time is the one thing that is limited, right? Money is something. Today you go to a bank and you tell them to give you a loan, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 50 lakhs loan. The bank will give you and you have to pay the EMI. Let's just say you don't do anything. Out of the 50 lakhs loan, you can continue to pay the EMI at least for a certain period of time. Within that time, you can figure out whatever it is that you want to do in order to earn money. The point I'm trying to make is you can make the use of time. So for us, for you and I think we had this discussion, but not at this depth perhaps. But we made the whole that morning routine, right? Waking up, workouts, eating well, going for our lives, that itself is our work day for Sunsden. Every single day without fail. And then additionally, you get to do whatever it is that you want to do for the rest of the day. I get to do whatever I want for the rest of the day. For me, job takes away a big chunk of it. And again, at the end, I can come back. So it kind of shifts that entire focus altogether. That I'm focused on using the best of my time so that later I'm going to have time freedom. And while I'm using the time, because I'm generating value, value brings in money, increases the wealth. If I'm able to create multiple value pieces and value elements, the byproduct of it is money. So I think I'm only getting confused, but I hope I made the point.
Yes, you did made your point. This actually takes me to a quote that I saw where millionaires and billionaires, they finish their work day by 10 a.m. Their most productive works are done and dusted. Rest of the day, either they choose to do something that they like, or they choose to work on subtle tasks which they wanted to do. And I used to wonder, how is it possible? In fact, I tried 2020, I remember I tried, and I woke up. I went for the workouts and everything. I came back and I got exhausted. After that, I couldn't do any of the work because I'm exhausted. My body is worn out. But today, last 10 days, we've been doing it. We could we were able to successfully optimize our sleep, optimize our waking up, optimize the workout routine, optimize the work. And I think at least I you have to confirm that for me. At least I am completing 90% of my work before 10 a.m. And I should give a big round of applause and a pat on the back for myself because I thought this is never possible. And after 10 a.m., even now, right now, I think we are recording this and it's 5 o'clock. Still I have the same energy, and I know that I'll have the same energy till 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock my charge goes down and I'm on the bed. And the body is beautifully designed. Now I could find three reasons why I couldn't do at that time and why is it possible right now. Number one, I stretched too much on working out. I exhausted all my energy there. I didn't save energy for my other works, other productive work. Number two, when we start working out, doing exercise, sweating massively after a sedentary life, we need to start slow. We cannot exhaust our body too much. Optimization is important. And number three, food and sleep. Massive impact. Massive impact. Eating the right food gives the body the energy that we need in order to do those workouts, be productive, be energetic, be healthy, be active in everything. Especially the sprouts bowl that I'm eating. It is literally giving me the protein source that I need to for the muscle recovery and everything. And I'm also able to feel the day I choose to eat junk, what happens is my first of all digestion problem. I'll not be able to sleep properly. Now if there is no proper sleep, which means there's no proper recovery. If there is no proper recovery, the next day there's no proper energy. Everything is messed up. And that junk doesn't have anything other than unhealthy fat. No protein source, no fiber content, no minerals. Now where will the body get the energy? So the biggest mistake anyone could ever do, if you are starting out I'm 80 kgs right now. In fact, I got down 1 kg successfully. I have shed for after a long time. So I have to give a pat on the back for myself as well. So I was 80 kg. And if you are anything 80 and above, do not put too much of pressure. Start slow, take some guidance, watch online tutorials or apps or whatever it is. Start slow and prioritize your sleep and your healthy eating. Those are the two, that sleep is going to help you recover, and your healthy food is going to help you repair your muscle and everything. So that's from my end. I would like to ask you, Surya, have you ever felt something like this, or do you feel any changes, or how does that work for you?
No, honestly, zero changes. In fact, the feeling is I'm in that state right now where like it's like, why am I even doing it? And this phase is very, very interesting because when we look at Robin Sharma, he said that change is going to be hard at the beginning because you hardly see any change, messy in the middle, and beautiful at the end. And he beautifully constructed a 66-day model. As per his research, 66 days is something that you need to do every day for it to literally turn it into a proper muscle memory. So for me, it's not about how I am feeling. I don't care. In fact, there are days, I think in this 11-day period also, 1 or 2 days, one day I went to sleep a little late, woke up late. And I was okay with that because I knew the first thing I did after waking up was workout. The same way today, at this point of me recording this, today I was not able to wake up and do my workouts, but I did my live. So the point I'm trying to make is when you decide on a routine, it really doesn't matter what time you go to sleep. But from the time when you wake up, how are you maximizing that particular day? Yes, when you wake up late, there will be certain things that will get missed out on, but you have to optimize what you rightly mentioned. And finally, yeah, not putting too much of pressure on yourself. So I'm not expecting any change at all until and unless it's the 67th day. Zero change. If it happens, good. If it doesn't happen, I don't really care. It's only after from the 67th day onwards, that's when I at least just start seeing some change. But I'm still going to push it to day number 90. Until unless you do something for 3 months, you don't really get to see the entire thing out of it. Also, this beautiful point you mentioned, and I think I'll just add it as a last threader. No, it's always about stacking habits. When you wake up, what's the next thing you do? You beautifully told about the ice face wash, and then you do the alkagizer. So all these little things, we are actually following the habit stacking model of atomic habits. It's literally in action. When we are sitting down for work, you beautifully mentioned that 9, 10 o'clock you finished. You were using the concepts of deep work, of skill stacking and skill implementation, hyper focus. All of these books, you were literally implementing it. So when it goes to, and of course you're inspiring me to do the same as well. So that's a very critical element, that every human being on this planet, if you are in a relationship, any form, I'm not just talking about husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, siblings and all, any relationship which involves two people, I for sure feel that it's not a relationship until unless there's accountability. And inspiring each other to grow, not by beating them down or telling them and giving them gyan of what you're supposed to do, but holding them accountable with a lot of love and compassion, living and being that part, so that the other person does not have any other choice but to follow. I think today also we had that experience, right? I'll tell you, I keep getting cravings, and that's phase stays for the first 3 to 4 weeks. You know exactly when to, because I have this habit of asking permission from you about everything. So you know when to allow me to let me into the cravings, so that I can learn it the hard way the next morning what happens. And you also know when to pull the plug and not allow me, because you know that the consequence or the patterns that again gets repeated for us is, we are not even aware what are our patterns, and by the time we know about it, it's too late. So it's crazy that we are putting it into action and really making it happen. So these would be the things that I'm looking at. I'm not looking at change again. Just keep putting in the efforts, the results will definitely follow.
I just want to share two things here as the final wrap up for this particular episode. Number one is, as you said, cravings. Even for me, cravings happen. At times, I feel like I want to go out, just go out, eat 3 plates of pani puri. Because one of the only few junks that I love, one of that is pani puri. I can resist anything but not pani puri. So I wanted to do that, like literally go out and eat 3 plates of pani. And then I told myself, I learned it from Wildfit, and I asked myself, why am I getting this craving? Oh, I didn't eat my meal yet. Okay, let me get my sprouts, my egg, my 1 glass of hot water. Now after that, I didn't even think about having parlour. If I have to walk past, I'm like, okay, fine, I don't need right now because I have to do the workout and it's already 5 o'clock. I will not be able to sleep at night. All these things will come up. Now you see, when you are hungry, your body, your brain doesn't do reasoning. All it needs is just give me something. Something, give me. But when you're full, that's when your brain has the ability to reason out. And I learned it recently that even to think, brain uses energy. And if you want your brain to think straight, keep yourself hydrated and eat properly. Do not overeat, but eat properly. Number two is, you told about missing out on 2 days about waking up. And I learned this from a LinkedIn post that we don't have a bad day. We have a bad 15 minute, and we choose to indulge in that 15 minute for the rest of the day. What we were doing previously. If we don't wake up, we kept beating ourselves that I missed the commitment that I gave to myself. I couldn't wake up. So everything is messed up. My day is messed up. I'll not be able to work out. I'll not be able to do my life. I'll not be able to do this. I'll not be able to do that. But yes, you will not be able to do it if you keep telling yourself that you will not be able to do it. Come on. But what we do right now is, okay, fine. I woke up late. That's absolutely okay. My body needs rest. Now, how can I optimize from now to the time I sleep? Everything changes. Just one simple perspective got changed. Everything changes. We do wake up late at times, but we don't beat ourselves up. We don't blame ourselves up. We don't beat the body, beat the brain that we have. Rather, we acknowledge, we fix the issue. And right now, you woke up late today, but you are not even feeling bad about it. Rather, I'm sure you finished your life, you finished a lot of other tasks. Right now, you're sitting and doing this podcast with me. Those that waking up late is just a tiny piece of that day. Making it so big is in our hand. And that's what I learned. That's what I want to end this episode with. I think it's going to be overwhelming for you to listen all of these things. Just start asking questions. What do you want? And create systems around it. Systems will take care of everything. Do you want to share something as a final sentence and then wrap it up, Surya?
And I think you have beautifully summed it up. The only thing to say is just start. That's all. Just start. If you feel that you are finding it difficult to do it all by yourself, stay in touch with us. We are literally coming live every single day, both in YouTube, LinkedIn. Our social media profiles are all, you'll find it, everything, single thing below. And every week we are recording these episodes in this channel. You will find different channels. She has her YouTube channel, I have mine. Our profiles and everything is different, but this is a channel where we are kind of documenting our business aspect of it as well. So you can literally stay in touch. I just today itself I conducted a session, Yogeshwari, and I shared this very interesting point called proximity is power, the Tony Robbins quote. And I realized that the biggest mentors and coaches in this planet, the one thing that they do not do is they do not share that their proximity with people. Like you need to pay for their what, $6,000 a year mastermind, $10,000 a year mastermind, even just to get a glimpse of them once in a year. Like they'll just speak to you. That's it. Why not change that? So you're not alone in this. If you're watching this until now and you're thinking that you're all alone, you have to do it all alone. No, we have done it all alone. We suffered. That's why we found each other in the first place. And we are more than happy to extend that. You call it friendship, you call it community, you call it whatever it is that you want. We would be the luckiest human beings on the planet if you do this with us. And there's no agenda here. You don't have to pay us a single penny. Just stay in touch with us over social media. Let's redefine the way we use social media. Let's redefine the way we perceive content. Let's redefine the way we connect with people whom we want to watch, either their videos or texts or blogs or whatever. Let's redefine it completely. And it starts from you. Start and then do it with us. That would be all. Thank you so much, Yogeshwari. Thank you, everyone. And we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you so much. As Surya said, if you want accountability, comment. We'll be there to cheer you up as your biggest cheerleaders. See you in the next episode.